right shoulder, arms. Ready, cut. Present, arms.
Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Quarter, shoulder, arms. Quarter, arms. Forward, arms. Left, forward, arms.
Of a donation in the amount of $14,000 from Mecca Vest Canine Foundation, Dr. Marlo Lichtenberger and Skylark Vending Stand and Mike Cass for the purchase of a police canine for the Greenfield Police Department. Chief.
Thank you, Mayor. The police department is very fortunate this year that Dr. Lichtenberger and the Milwaukee Emergency Center for Animals started a foundation. And the original goal of the foundation was to raise money to provide vests for police dogs throughout southeastern Wisconsin and the state. Her efforts and the efforts of the Mecca Foundation expanded significantly as they realized that canine units and police departments in this area didn't only need funding for vests, but in fact they needed funding to purchase dogs and equipment. And as we've discussed before, you all know that our financial situation in government is not great, and we're always looking for ways to leverage donations and other things in order to keep the same high level of service that we've had before. Police dogs are an extremely valuable tool and a valuable part of a law enforcement agency. They provide a tremendous amount of support to the officers on the street, but as much as that, they provide a tremendous amount of support to the general public through the donation or through the demonstrations and things that they do in the schools and with children throughout our community. And we're very fortunate to have 2 police dogs. One of our dogs, as we'll be talking about in a moment, is retiring today. And we're very, very fortunate that the Mecca Foundation, the Stan and Lee Koss Canine Fund has stepped forward to make a donation of $14,000 for the purchase of our next canine. So I would like to formally ask Dr. Lichtenberger, representing the Mecca Foundation, Stan Cass, and Mike Cass, representing the Stan and Lee Cass Canine. It's a kind of a bittersweet day. Canine Badger worked at Greenfield High School this morning on drug search, and that was his last deployment as a police dog. He's been working for over 7 years. He was born in Holland in 2002 and trained at Southern Police Canine in North Carolina. He started with the Greenfield Police Department on May 15th of 2005. He's had over 1,000 deployments in his career. He's had at least 56 arrests, over 20 SWAT deployments, and over $20,000 in cash seized, 2 state awards, and he's currently certified nationally with the North American Police Work Dog Association and routinely attends the Wisconsin Canine Handlers Association Working Conference. Badger has given back to the community in spades because he's performed hundreds of demonstrations over his career. And in addition to the students who got to know him today at the high school during a drug search, I venture to guess that there probably isn't a student in the Greenfield School District and the Whittle School District that hasn't gone through school over the last 7 years that hasn't gotten to know Badger in some way. Through a demonstration at school, they've gone in and read to the school children. Badger, sorry, Zinkowitz. Good reading. His largest narcotic narcotics find was a kilo of powdered cocaine wrapped in axle grease and hidden in the third row seat of a large SUV. His most, I guess, significant article find over the years was a few years ago, Scott and Badger were called in to search for a loaded handgun that had been discarded by a suspect in the city of Milwaukee. And after a short search, Badger was able to locate that loaded handgun in a schoolyard. Now, we can all surmise as to what may have happened, what type of tragedy may have occurred had a school, one of the children found that loaded handgun. But by Scott's dedication and Badger's skill and abilities, they were able to find that handgun, and eventually the suspect was brought to justice. There was a time where on 72nd and Southridge Drive, a burglary suspect fled on foot from an officer on a traffic stop. Badger did a track for over half a mile and located the suspect hiding in a flower bed. And at one point, you know, it's not all crime and criminals, because Badger located a missing person at Sendix. A subject had fled he had some significant medical and cognitive issues. And no one was able to locate him, but Badger was deployed and found the subject hiding behind a fence about a quarter mile away. These are just a snapshot of the things that Badger and Sergeant Zinkowitz have accomplished over the years. And as I said, it's very bittersweet, and we're very sorry to see him retire. But at 10 years old, he's developed some medical issues. He's lived a hard life. He's worked very hard for the citizens of the city, and he's earned a well-deserved retirement. So Scott, if you come forward, please. Scott, on behalf of the department and the citizens of the city of Greenfield, we'd like to thank you for your years of... Badger, on behalf of the department...